Hi, Neil O'Brien again. Start Your Own Business. We're on to the cash flow forecast section, which is a fabulous report and tool. And along with doing your business plan, the other main thing that's covered in Start Your Own Business course is the cash flow forecast. So here's the steps we went through previously. You can see about getting clarity on your product, doing the market research, marketing plan, working out your selling price, doing the sales forecast, which we did on previous videos, and the sales forecast feeds straight into the cash flow forecast. I have an example here of a landscape gardener, John. And so how does John prepare his cash flow forecast? Well, what John has to do is he looks at his various services he's offering, grass cutting, estimates the number of customers or hours he's going to be cutting, and then has a rate per hour. So in this case, he's estimating 45 hours in January by €50, given a figure of 2250 being his sales in January. Quite time of the year for landscape gardening. And now we'll expand it. We'll see the first 3 months. John has two main services he's offering. There's grass cutting and there's hedge trimming. So you can see here what John has done. He's estimated the hours and his rate. There's his sales for the first 3 months. Grass cutting, hedge trimming. In January, it's 85 hours by 70, given sales of 5950. So the total monthly sales adds together the grass cutting sales and the hedge trimming sales. Now, the sales forecast feeds right into the cash flow forecast, and it's the first section in the cash flow forecast. So there's two main parts: cash in, cash out. These figures here have come directly across from the sales forecast. If you look back at the sales forecast, here's the sales, 8,200 in January. You can see that figure coming right in here. And we're just looking at 3 months here. But obviously you would do the full 12 months, month by month. What's my cash in? What's my cash out? This is a summary of the cash out. And in a short while, I'll show you the template, the full spreadsheet, cash flow Excel sheet that we use for the cash flow forecast. And of course, these templates are accompanying this video. You can see the templates. There's a completed one for John, the landscape gardener, cash flow forecast, and there's a blank template for you to complete. So you can see here, here's the elements of a cash flow forecast. We have the opening bank balance plus cash in, 8,200, minus cash out, 3,420, closing bank balance in January, 4,780. That goes straight up to the top, and it's repeated every month. Opening balance plus cash in minus cash out gives you the closing balance. And I'm just going to flick across here now. We're going to go over and look at an example. And I know there's a lot of detail here, but you can see this is the spreadsheet for John Donnelly, the landscape gardener. Here's the cash in figures we were just looking at. Here's the detail of the cash out. We were just looking at a PowerPoint that had a summary of the cash out. This is all the cash out. So looking at 1 month here, you can see all the figures here, his own wages, rent, insurance, etc. Now, these may not be all applicable for you. If you're working from home, you may have low overheads and running costs. All these costs may not be applicable to you, but some of them almost certainly will. At a minimum, you may have phones, insurance, marketing, diesel, and so on, petrol, car costs, running costs. So here's the spreadsheet again, and here's the full 12 months. Like we said above, opening bank balance, in this case, John does the 0 in January, plus the cash in, minus the cash out, gives him his closing bank balance, and that goes on. So for the full year, John's cash in total is 120,000, cash out 86,000, and that's the closing bank balance. It's pretty healthy. Now let's look at a blank template. This is what you'll have to fill in. So here's your cash in, which again comes straight across from your sales forecast, and you can add in as many different lines or income streams as possible. I just have stream 1 and 2 as being your cash in. In John's case, that was grass cutting and hedge trimming. And down here, you can go and you need to go and find out what your cash out is likely to be. Now, like some of these, certainly the cash out should be easier to estimate than your cash in, because, for example, insurance, you can get onto insurance broker. What are your costs likely to be for these different categories? You can go and find out, phone an accountant, see how much they charge if you need one, and so on. What marketing do you need, and all those other costs. So, you know, you can ideally as well find somebody who has a business like yours. If you can find somebody or Google a lot of information online, you may well be able to find out what the costs are for a typical sector like yours. and cash in, cash out. It's an absolutely critical report. So there are the steps in doing it. Your sales forecast feeds right in here to your cash in, your cash out. You have to go and find out what these figures are and then see what it's like for 12 months. And it's an essential tool for anybody setting up their own business to estimate month by month, cash in, cash out for the first 12 months. Okay, thanks for listening.